Yeah, me.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be. But I thought you
I
were,
am never the first person.
I noticed that.
Well, I wasn't the first either.
I think John Sheldon was on.
Okay, so somebody else beat me. And you beat me too. Oh, what all do you have here?
Printed some background stuff. Here's the agenda. Last time. Then, this is a map that I got from Nelson Survey. And this is a comment from the engineering company about the rocks that they might have to, drill through. Remember, there was a question about that. Well, it isn't very informative, but I just wanted to show that they did respond. This is, the response from the DNR, the state park people about, is it possible to have an easement? And I just wanted you guys to see that it says the concept of an easement is possible. And then this
Did you
is,
send this to us?
I did. This is just in case.
Because I remember seeing this, but I didn't see the easement one.
That's stuff I just sent.
Okay. All right.
I thought she was gonna have to be by Zoom or something.
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
We leave Thursday. And I would have to be doing Zoom from the road and you know how
Yeah.
that is.
Holding
Never good.
your phone up.
Right. So I didn't think that was gonna work. And Friday wasn't gonna work because that I would be busy and so.
I hear you have a daughter up in Alaska.
I have a daughter and a son up in Alaska,
Where?
in Anchorage.
Mine too.
You have two up there too?
No, just one.
Just one?
Anchorage, yeah.
And what does your daughter or son?
She's a daughter. She's my oldest. She's a federal public defender up there.
Really?
Yep.
That's a big job.
I don't need.
Hello, how are you doing? Good. How are you? Good. How are you?
Good.
At 5. A federal public defender. Wow.
Yeah, she was Hennepin County for a number of years. Then she was in Western Alaska in Bethel, if you know where that is.
Yes, I do.
She was-
My son-in-law, my daughter was there for a while doing internship.
Really?
And my son-in-law was stationed out of Bethel for flying for Grant Airline.
She was a state public defender there for a number of years and then federal job. Only been, she doesn't really, not really crazy about Anchorage actually, but anyway, she's been there. I think we just.
What brought her up? Did she like Bethel?
Well, it was she went to school at the University of Montana and one of her friends was from Bethel. And she went up there and kind of, her dad was a lawyer up there and encouraged her to take the Alaska bar. And she ended up staying up there.
Yeah, I think our kids are Alaskan through and through now. Moving up the 50 years.
If I had known how to get there when I would have stayed up there. I look at the Kenai, you know, when you go down. So beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Yeah,
We need a quorum for a week.
Well, I know John said he'd be here.
John is here.
The only one that, and I
I'm
think,
on the phone.
Okay.
oh, there you are.
we see you.
We see.
Well, we see your name.
Uh.
We don't see you.
Show
John.
your face, John.
I got to tap to talk, so you're gonna get just a silhouette, I guess.
You've got a what to talk?
He's got to
I'm-
talk.
I'm driving and it's got
Oh,
a
got
safe
it.
driving
Got it.
piece, so I can come in and out vocally, but no video.
Got it. I get it. Well, we don't want you to be unsafe.
So I looked up the Robert's Rules of Order. I now know the history and Mr. Robert in 1886.
But don't you know, he keeps us in line.
Yeah, but
Good to know the rules.
We need to know too.
Should I text Kelsey to see if she's coming?
She just texted me and said, yep.
Okay. She coming or
Um,
zooming in? If she's coming, I would think she'd be here.
I
by
don't
now.
see her on the Zoom, do you?
No, the Zoom is right there. So
Yeah,
we
I don't
definitely
see her on there. The only one that's not going to be here is Flint, right?
What's happened to Flint? He's missed the last 2 meetings.
He's in Idaho or something.
Fishing
Somewhere.
or something.
Somewhere. Anyway. So yeah. What time is it? 5 o'clock exactly. Let's give her another. There she is. She's on Zoom, I guess. Hello, Ms. Kelsey.
Hello, mother. Hi, Marnie.
Hello.
Who you calling mother?
He's calling mother. She's
Chair-
calling her mother, her
I-
mother.
Chairwoman Moore to you
Yeah,
right now.
No,
Chairwoman.
to me,
Moore.
maybe, but not to her.
Got no
You will
respect.
always
Got
be her
no-
mother.
No respect.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I get no respect.
No respect. I just watched okay, so we have a quorum here, right?
Yes, you can, it's
Okay.
fine. So, let me
All right.
let me start, wait, let me start the recording.
Huh. Okay, this is the Big Bay Town Parks Accessibility Design Task Force meeting on Wednesday, June 17th, and I am calling the meeting to order. My name is Tori Moore.
Marnie Sanborn Myrie.
Somebody on Zoom, say something?
Hi, Kelsey Peterson. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yes, thank you.
And John Sheldon.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we have a quorum, approval. Okay, did we, I don't know that
What
we
about
had-
Mimi? Is Mimi?
Oh,
not-
Mimi's on her way. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about Mimi. Mimi's on her way.
Okay.
She just got a 4 o'clock vote, so we should expect to have her come shortly. Can we start without it?
Yeah.
So, and Max Imholt, Town Administrator is here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, and I don't know that we had any minutes that anybody did.
Right here.
You did. Okay. So has anybody, so you people, John and Kelsey, don't see this, but here are the minutes from the
But that was from,
last.
no, that wasn't from, that was
April
April
15th,
15th.
which
So we
was-
don't have minutes from our last meeting, do we?
Which was well, that was an unofficial site meeting.
Oh, that was an unofficial
This
one?
was, yeah.
Okay.
So, who would like to make a motion to approve these minutes? Or does anybody have any questions?
We just have the minutes for today.
The April 15th meeting.
April
Yeah,
15th.
and then the agenda for today.
Okay, so does somebody want to make a motion to approve these?
I will make a motion to approve.
Anybody second?
I will second.
Right, so we have a motion to approve the minutes, motion approved. Okay,
We should have a vote.
A vote? Oh, a vote?
certainly, okay, vote. Marnie,
Aye.
I'll say aye. Kelsey,
Hi.
John,
Aye.
motion approved. Okay, the next order of discussion is well, we could go on discussion topics.
So number A was include or eliminate option 1 from further discussion.
Yeah,
And I think, I get the sense from the group, and I would agree with this to eliminate option 1 from further discussion. It's too extensive. It would cost a lot to maintain. And, I don't know that it will make it a little bit harder to get emergency vehicles in there. So, option one is that elevated separate. It would be a lot. It's triple the price, double the price.
Okay,
So I get the sense and I would agree with to eliminate that as an option of discussion.
okay. So do you want to make, Mimi Hersma has joined us.
Hey, Mimi.
Would somebody like to make a motion or do you want to make that?
Any discussion on that? What do people feel about that option one? That's where you have that separate, what do they call it? Platform, not using
Elevated waters here.
the raised,
On page 7. Starts on page 6.
elevated walkway. That's the one we're talking about.
A is the
Elevated walkway.
Yep.
I
Page
just
6.
think that, listening to the group and I would concur with the group that it's too costly. I don't think the trade-off is there. It'll be a lot to maintain. And, there you go.
Any other comments?
Nope.
Okay, so would you like to make a motion?
Motion to eliminate option one, the elevated walkway, to not be considered, motion to not consider option one from further discussion.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion vote.
You can just do a voice vote, all in favor, say aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. So we're going to eliminate option 1 from the possible pathways for the Big Bay Town Park accessibility route. Okay, who's the secretary? Is someone taking notes besides me?
Well, the notes, Dorothy takes the notes,
Yeah,
right?
notes, don't worry about the minutes. It's recorded and Dorothy will do the minute.
Okay, good.
You don't have to worry.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, so moving right along, is there any other discussion about the other options before we talk about option 4 site review? Anybody have any other opinions or
Well, I think,
considerations?
I got the sense from the last meeting when we were at Town Park that everyone was in favor of, or there was a strong leaning towards Arnie's proposal. And I have mixed feelings. I'm not going to stand in the way if that's the direction we want to go. But I do think that the option 2 would be a lovely consideration too. I think both are going to create a loss of a lot of trees either way. I think that option 2 offers better views. It follows the natural contour of the land. And I feel that it should be considered, but when we think of Arnie's option number 4, I just wonder if that really would save any trees. And I don't think any of the trees are endangered or of exceptional rare trees. And also with Arnie's proposal, you have to have a gully next to the path because it is a waterway right now. So that would mean more trees involved too, because you have not only a pathway, but then you'd have a gully to address the water issue. And so you have not double the width, but a width and a half. that would be involving trees. So I'm open to anything. I'm not opposed to Arnie's idea. I just think it would be nice to consider too. I think it could be really lovely with views. And 3, I don't know that we gain anything with the third option. It's pretty much the way the path is now.
I was,
Any-
excuse me, under the impression or what I believe from the last meeting was to get it down to 2 and then dig in deeply on both options to see, the pros and cons of each, just to make it more manageable than having 4 on the table.
I agree with you, John, too. I agree, 100%.
I guess if
Yeah,
I
that
were
sounds
looking,
good to me.
yeah,
What'd she say?
I think
It
it's
sounds
worth
good to her
looking
too.
into 2 options. Just to see which one is best. It's not gonna hurt to do the work and see what's gonna be the best all around.
Right. Because at this point, we don't really know what is going to be the impact.
Yep.
And I think what I'm hearing from many of you, and I completely agree, is we want the minimal amount of environmental impact. And I fully support that.
And I
Okay.
think we can get to a point where we're zeroing in on specific questions to each of the bidders or whoever the team is that's providing that estimate to get answers to specific questions and the ability to tweak their plan a little bit for either a view, saving trees, whatever it is. Then it shortens up our ability to get responses back quickly and move this thing along, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My concern about number 2 as compared to number 4, Arnie's, is getting machinery in there. Whereas with number 2, you have the existing bridge in the way. And I'm not sure what machinery would be needed, but if he were to come in through the lagoon, he has access. Arnie has access, whereas you don't have access if you're going to use the lagoon or in any way. And I don't know, but it would seem to me that we need to look into that. I like the idea of narrowing it down to 2 and looking at the reality of how much timber is lost, what exactly is going to be required as of equipment, where it's going to come from, how will it get to?
Yeah. I agree. I
And-
agree.
And I happen to like the Arnie's number 4 because I like it that it doesn't impact that beautiful view of the lagoon from the existing pavilion and wherever. So, I mean, that's just, I'm partial as to that, but I do think that we need to get, construction specific as to what's involved, what has to be taken out, what reasonably can.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So if you're looking at alternative 2, it says here that most of the trees near the slope will need to be removed to excavate the gently sloped path and construct the side walkway. This alternative will require much more excavation compared to the first alternative. Most of the excavation will be rock excavation. That to me is a problem.
Mhm.
It will have views of the lagoon and beach peninsula. That's a plus. The cost is $1.3 million, whatever, it'll be more than that, obviously now. And that, it says here in maintenance considerations, which I think is important. This alternative may be more prone to erosion that will need to be monitored and maintained to ensure that the path does not wash out. Then you go to 3, and 3 says it'll require less clearing of trees, but it will require an extensive amount of ground disturbance through excavation, most likely rock excavation. And that is going to be where we're going to run into problems with cost because of equipment. I think the biggie here,
Right.
and this is where option 4, Nelson Construction's plan, is that that equipment, I'm assuming most of that equipment is here on the island right
Right.
now. And that's huge because the company that comes in, if it's not Nelson Construction, is going to have to rent that equipment either from
But
Nelson
wouldn't-
or from
would-
someone else.
Wouldn't Nelson bid on any of it, any of these? If we go with one, we go with option 2 versus option 4,
I'm sure
it
they will.
goes out to bid, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
So,
so
yeah.
it would either way.
but,
But I agree, if it's
it's
gonna
an
take
added
out
cost.
more. What do you mean?
well,
Yeah.
to get that equipment over here, get it rented or rent it over here, get it over here, is going to be a lot more time consuming, which means a lot more money.
Oh,
So-
but if they bid it at such and such, that's what it's gonna be. But
Yeah.
What,
We
so
hope.
they have to take that into consideration.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Um,
So anyway, I am leaning, the biggest downfall of 3 is the alternative is the limited opportunities to take in the views of the lagoon and the peninsula while walking towards the bridge.
that's huge.
Yeah, but
It
it's
is
not the end of the world. I mean, there'll still be beautiful views, in my opinion, sorry. And then there's 4. I'm leaning, I guess, for me, in my opinion, I would say of the 2 that we're considering keeping, one would be Arnie's because, and we were going to get a survey to find out exactly where
Right.
that state land starts, but there is a natural runoff already with that ditch going down. And there was a possibility that the bridge might be shorter, so economically, Arnie's is
More feasible.
more feasible, but between 2 and 3, I think tonight, at least, is what we're looking at, which one we want to drop, because we've already dropped one, so I'm done. Someone else can.
So what do you guys? Marnie, which one do you like, 2 or 3?
I much prefer 2.
Mom, what do you like,
Um,
2 or 3?
I think the water is better controlled there, less rot erosion. But they say that that's a con on this. Oh,
Cooper's report?
yeah.
I mean, one of the concerns was that in option 2, they were going to have to be do some serious drilling into the sandstone, I think it is. Rock.
Do you have a preference right now between 2 or
On
3?
2, they wouldn't have to do drilling. I
Rock,
didn't
yeah,
read
most
that.
of the excavation will be rock excavation. Where they're putting those, I think there's some bridge.
There will be slightly less ground disturbance. Than alternative 3. They say alternative 3 would be more ground disturbance. This route will likely require more tree clearing than alternative 1 and 3.
Yep.
The amount of clearing needed is probably similar to that of alternative 4. So 4 and 2 would be about the same amount of clearing and down trees. There are more opportunities to be aesthetically pleasing along this route than alternatives 3 and 4, but this alternative is probably not as aesthetically pleasing as alternative 1. We've already taken out alternative 1, so
Yeah.
now,
So now we're here.
so now it's 4,
But
2, 3, or 4.
taking out trees on 2 have to do with the view. Taking out trees on 4 do not have to do with the view because they are in and down rather than along the front of the
Yeah.
lagoon.
At this
And
point, do we all like 4?
Yes,
I do.
Okay, so
I think that
Does
has
any-
to be about you, at least.
I think so
it
too.
sounds like 2 has less disturbance than 3. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me. So it sounds like 2 has less disturbance than 3, correct?
Yes, but 3 has a lot of ground disturbance and no, that's not true. There's a lot of ground disturbance and tree clearing in 3.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like 2 has less disturbance than
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
So does anybody, where are people at between 2 and 3 right now? Mom, what do you like better? Urban
I
more.
would go with 2 and 4 if it were me.
Mimi, what would you do?
2 and 4.
All right, there we go. John?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. And just because we're heading down this pathway doesn't mean we can't make another shift or go between 2 options.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that, you know, I'm envisioning Arnie's idea using that ravine, but the ravine being far left of the road and the access and still having some type of bluff up top where we have a view up into the lake and all of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think once we look at those 2, I'd like to understand more the pros and cons of the boring. That's what's concerning to me is
Mhm.
oh, we didn't expect this. Now we're
Mhm.
dealing with this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And,
I
and,
think
and
that those are,
And,
I,
and I
I
think,
just think that Arnie has the most experience what people are going to run into as far as sandstone and rock and shoring up banks and all of that. So, you know, I think there's less apt to be surprises, but can we take and try and limit some of the impact on what he's thinking?
Yep. That sounds
Agreed.
good to me. So we like do 2 and 4 and see,
Perfect.
address concerns from there, questions, concerns and all that.
I didn't,
I'd like to see a topographical delineage map of the area to see where we're going down and what, you know, where these would specifically impact that, we'll call it a peninsula, but the existing high point that goes down to the water crossing and just kind of get a visual of where that is based on where the most amount of trees are and that lot line. I think that's going to be really important,
yes.
the
Yeah.
survey.
Yep. I think that's smart.
Well, we were gonna, Max, are we getting a survey?
well, I corresponded with Nelson Survey and they sent some drawings that they had. I know I think I sent these, but in case, we didn't see. What they're, you know, I asked them, we probably want to pay you to come out and flag
Yeah.
a route.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they just wanted a little more information, like, so they give me a number as to what it would cost to have them do it.
Yeah. Okay. So they're gonna, did they say when they might be able to do
He's
that?
waiting for me to tell him.
Oh, which
What
one?
he wants is to mark on this map. Now this was related primarily to number 4.
Yep,
Because
Right.
the
Yep.
The other one,
DNR or the
Right.
state also wants to know if they're gonna give us an easement, they want a map.
yep.
What are you talking
Right.
about?
Mm-hmm.
So this was related primarily to option 4, not option 2.
right.
Option 2 actually, I believe, just goes.
Yeah.
Option 2 is on the edge of the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, okay. So but I need Nelson to flag where the option 4 would go. Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
not gonna pay for a full survey, you know, certified survey, but just get it kind of to the point where I have enough information to give the state people.
So you're thinking a survey in the next 2-3 weeks, we could.
I'm sure they could do that.
Yeah. And then, and he'll just do the state line. Looks like it's 33 feet in from the road. So Arnie would need to know how much he needs to infringe on that state land. But, you know, I mean, I think we're in a pretty good position right now because a lot of other states are following this right now. Minnesota has a ton of parks, national, state, local, that have gone to accessible pathways. So it's a big deal right now. So I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that Wisconsin would be much more amenable to helping us get this through as quickly as possible. Since it behooves them, we're going to be connecting. So,
Right.
and that's a big deal to
That is.
connect all the way. So, okay, so hopefully you're gonna, Max, go ahead and finish up with that.
Okay.
And then are we doing anything with an environmental impact?
Well, that's on the agenda here.
Yep.
So just some background, I've been in contact with this will be a grant through the USDA, Rural Development. And the people that will manage that are in Wisconsin. And I've got that lady, we talked on the phone. And then she gave me the environmental guy and he made me, he more or less said that the environmental review at this stage is very minimal.
Say that again, the environmental what?
The environmental review that would be required for our application is, he said, is very relaxed. So I have to
Okay.
flesh that out. I don't think, for the purposes of, so really, just background in terms of timeline. The lady that's managing the grant said we need to get, and we agreed that we will get an application in by the end of July. It doesn't mean we just have to get it in. She said, just get an application in, that locks in the money.
Okay.
I don't want you to lose the money.
Yep.
And I think John mentioned it too. That doesn't mean down the road that we might find out something when they do the design study
Need to
that we
switch.
might want to change.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She just said, just get the application and pick something, put it in there. We have 3 years from the day the money is, we actually had the money, we have 3 years to finish this. So we've got plenty of time to do it right. But if we don't get this application in, there's a chance the money doesn't get locked in.
Yeah.
And I guess that happens a lot. People apply for something, they get it, but they never really get it across the goal line to get the application and then it just goes away.
So it's
So
due,
who does the application?
Well, that's on rolls. I think that that has to be where I would
the board
argue that we would do it here in town, we would do the application
in-house.
for you guys. You would approve it.
Thank you.
We don't have you have the power. Well, the board will have to do it, but you would make the recommendation to the board
Right.
that accept this application. And the board, then we would send it in. But I think there's a lot of technical stuff and a lot of back and forth with all these people that it would be hard to manage for you guys. So I would propose that, but it's up to you. You guys can say, no, we want to do it ourselves. We do have.
Want you to do
I
it.
thought you-
Where is there?
So it's due the end of July,
She said.
July 30 or 31? Okay, and then, so before the 31st application deadline, we need an environmental impact, whatever,
I'll get,
and a survey.
he made it sound like it's not a big deal and
Okay,
it's not like you have to go out.
You'll find out what is required.
I'll find out.
yeah, and we
Can
can,
we find out what the environmental impact of the option 2 versus 4 would be? Is that
Well,
possible, or do we have to just
think
have
we
one
have to-
option?
I think for this application, we just pick one of them.
Okay,
We'll get, and I was.
Something in.
If you guys wanted, we talked about it at the prior meeting that Cooper offered, the people that did this, he offered to come up here. And maybe we should invite him to come. It won't be free, but we'll take care of that, but. And then you can pepper that guy with those kind of questions. So, hey, tell us about the environmental aspect of one versus the other. I think we should, okay, it's your call, but I would recommend that we do that soon.
Yes.
yeah,
And then you guys can get right from the horse's mouth, your questions answered.
mhm.
Okay.
I think that'd be great.
Okay.
So we want to do that as soon as possible too.
Well,
And then
and
we can-
Max, will you
Yeah.
tell us what because is this going to have to go in front of town board? How many other entities will this have to pass through before it can be applied for that might possibly jam us up by hitting the July 30 or 31st date?
Well, the board will want to approve it, but it's interesting and the board, whenever there's a grant that we have matching, so if there was matching, like the town had to match, give in, there is no matching on this. So the board is a little more relaxed, but yet they would want to understand the design. Yeah, the board will want to, it'll be on the agenda. And typically the way that works, you go through two meetings. The first agenda is a discussion, let's say, discussion of the application for the Big Bay, and then the second one would be the approval. Or, I mean, sometimes if it's not a very complicated thing, it's all in one meeting, but it might take two meetings. They will want to do that, John. Now, as far as anybody else, no, it's just this task force making a recommendation to the board that they would authorize the submission of that application. It could be that since there's no town money, theoretically anyway, that they would want to, they wouldn't even need that step. I don't know, but that's the most complicated path, is for the board to approve it.
But we don't have to, they would be open to us saying, okay, we have a deadline of the 31st. We've done this and this and this. We want and need your approval, discussion and approval. And does it have to be at the regular town board meeting dates, or can we ask them to do a special meeting for
And
us?
have them do special.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we're not pinned to just their stipulated.
And thinking out loud, John, to your question, what I think about it is the grant money is a fixed amount. But these quotes are now 3 years old, probably be 4 years old.
Yeah.
By the time, so there's a likelihood that we'll have to find other money. So the town will want to really know how this is gonna go down. They will. I thought maybe we could finesse that, but these are old numbers. Prices have gone up in the last 3 or 4 years. So
Could be that we're gonna need,
really, $1.5 million might not be enough.
Okay.
so we might need to find some other grants of up to maybe 250, 500,000, who knows?
Or we may have the ability to shave some costs on it through potential engineering, like we were talking about when we were walking the park. If we did 2 sections of bridge instead of
Right.
doing one, that might knock the bridge price in half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that's the most expensive per RV. That's the most
800.
expensive part of this whole.
Yeah,
And I'm reaching out to an acquaintance of mine that he builds these bridges. And I was going to just bend his ear and get some input that I could share with everybody based on how we would go about, because I think that the structural piece is easy, and getting 3 bids on a steel bridge to meet these needs is easy. He is familiar with Lake Superior and what it would take to get a supporting member somewhere in the midpoint between 2 bridges. And I think that is going to be the tougher piece of that. And if he has an angle in which to pursue, I thought it would be advantageous for us to have that information and start that discussion.
good.
Sounds good.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah, agreed, because it's an important project that shouldn't necessarily need to be outpriced for the ability to get it done.
Right.
So if we could get in a member of the engineering firm that provided that packet, and a dollar amount in which it's capped at, and Max, you're saying it's not a big deal, and the town would probably absorb that expense. Let's get them here, but realizing that we have to have this
We're under time constraints.
yeah, and the sooner the better.
Mhm.
So do you want to make a motion to that effect, John?
The motion I would just make is that we're getting the representative from the engineering firm in front of us for maybe even our next meeting and have these questions about trees impact and get their opinion on all of it. And at that point, maybe zero in on, is it number 2 or is it number 4? Or let's pick one to get in front of the town board for approval for financing and get that locked in, realizing that we could still make a change based
Yep.
on what we learned after that date. I don't think,
Yeah.
until we're there digging, I don't think we're locked into any
No.
specific
Yeah.
plan.
Mm.
Right. So your motion
We just
is
want to get him.
that we're gonna get the engineering firm up here to discuss.
Well, his friend. Are you, go ahead, John.
The getting some information, I'll do that and bring back to our next meeting what I can learn. And
Perfect.
we'll discuss that as a group and see, you know, if it's worth pursuing or if it just isn't real.
I'm confused. Are we going to get somebody from the engineering firm up here in addition?
Well, let me make a
Well,
motion to,
John has to do his homework and then he's gonna come back to us and then we'll go from there. It
right,
sounds like.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
but we still want to get that engineering firm up
That-
here, right, John?
Yep.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'll make a motion that we plan to contact that engineering firm and see if they can come up here to talk, meet with us.
Soon.
Okay. Anybody, do I have a second?
Eh,
I second it.
No, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay, votes. Aye.
Aye.
Motion is passed.
And then,
That
what's
the
it?
motion is passed that
Yeah.
Marnie's to make a motion that Cooper Engineering will be contacted to come up here and present their findings and recommendations and insight.
And be available for
Yeah,
answers.
ASAP.
And let's ask them to just give a perspective of what would be a reasonable or their gut on increase over the last, from what that
Right.
report is that we have in hand to what it would look like today.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to do a motion that we're just looking at options 2 and 4? Or
I think so.
I think so.
do you want to make a motion?
Yes, I move that we are just considering options 2 and 4.
Anybody
Second.
second? Marnie
Second.
seconded and motion votes. Aye.
Aye.
I
Kelsey? Hello?
You're muted, Kelsey.
Aye.
Aye.
Couldn't have done it without you. Motion is carried to have Cooper come up here and talk to us about financial aspects, increases, et cetera, and
Environmental.
situation and whatever else they can offer us as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Great. Okay, so let me see here. Next step.
Do we need to say anything about the timeline of the application and presenting this to the board? Or are we going to wait until after we talk with Cooper?
Well,
Because
okay,
it sounds like there is a deadline that we need to
there is a deadline and I think
fast
we need
track this and not.
I think we probably should be doing both.
I think that if the notes show up and the town board members see that we have a tight timeline on this and put it on their radar, I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah, I do too.
Motion to do that. Who wants to do that?
What is the action?
To
notify
Get
the
the-
town board.
notify the town board that we're trying to get this completed so that we can meet the grant deadline.
Of July. I think we say July 28th. Just so we're
birthday.
ahead,
You know, that's
if not the 25th, so we're ahead of.
that's the closest. I can put that on the agenda for the board meeting on Tuesday next
Good.
week.
Great.
Good.
And it would behoove,
For me again, what is it you want the board to?
make them aware that we're working on this and that we're hoping to get the grant application in
Yeah,
In time.
in time for the
I-
deadline.
yeah, I'll say discussion of timeline for application. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mention that the deadline, I think we should give them a specific, we're looking at having the application ready to submit by July 25th or 28th.
Yeah, perfect, okay.
So that there's a note of urgency here.
Is there a chance that they will say, we need this information? Let's be ready. So if they're going to have questions, that we're listening to those questions in the next week or so, or just following this next meeting, or if it's just a matter of them approving it.
When's the next meeting? July? I mean,
No, it's next Tuesday.
next Tuesday?
Okay,
Okay,
and it, let's see, June.
that's June 24th or something.
23rd.
Yeah, we skipped and so, yeah, so it's the second and fourth Tuesday, so we go all the way until the 14th of July. For the next meeting. So,
Maybe we
I
can talk to
think I
Ken.
would- let's do this. What I propose is that, if you guys can approve this, I would draft up sort of bullet points that we want to have the board aware of. So I can submit that as a document for
Perfect.
the meeting.
Yep.
So I'll draft it up and I'll circulate that. I need to have your approval on that by noon on Friday. That's the cutoff for.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure,
Can we do that?
Sure.
Can we
Yep.
do that? Okay.
sure.
So I have here that next things we want to do is get an environmental survey or whatever, get a regular survey of state land lines. John is going to talk to his friend about bridge recommendations, et cetera. Max is going to contact Cooper Engineering and have them please come up here as soon as possible to address our questions. And then we need to contact the town board to get on a town board meeting, or if we ask for a special time. And then the last would be the team here, after the town board has been presented with this application, information, to meet and approve of the application and move forward. So those are the things that need to be done. But the most important are the environmental impact, the survey, state lines, John's friend, Cooper Engineering, and then from there, getting on the town board. But we need to get on there so we can,
Perfect.
yeah. So Max, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor.
You're taking on a lot.
He's doing a good job of steering the ship, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
We like it.
as long as it's in the realm of what's okay for you to help us,
Yeah, that's
which is a good segue into roles right now.
yeah, we're working together and that, and always, you guys have the authority I'm a support, but you guys are the decision makers. I didn't have a vote on that,
But we appreciate your support.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So did we want to talk about roles? Is there a need for that, or?
I think we just did that.
Yeah.
I'm a support. And I think we talked about the application itself will be done in-house. Rich Kula knows grant application inside and out. So,
Oh, good.
this will be standard for him. So,
And so you'll be working with David Lindsley?
yes.
Yeah, and here's a,
Yeah, I just wanted everyone to see that.
Yep.
That he had said that an easement is possible and we just want more information.
yeah. So John, good. You could probably stop off at the town hall and pick up these. There's this site map and meeting minutes, agenda, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in looking at those, and Kels, I can bring a packet home for you.
Well, and most of this was sent to us.
Yeah, I sent out.
Oh, did you send an email?
Yeah, I sent it by.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see it today.
I didn't catch all of them, but I caught some of it. So some of this, like this, thing from
Well, this just,
Yeah, David Lindsay, I remember reading that. So, yeah, so some of this stuff has already been sent.
today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, today.
I just, I knew I would produce this paper copies, but I thought there'd probably be, Kelsey and John were not gonna be. I
Oh,
didn't
here you are, yeah.
think you were gonna be.
Okay, great, thank you.
All
Cool.
right, anything else?
No, set a meeting date, the next
Oh,
meeting.
right.
So depending on, are we flexible? Do we want to wait until we have all our ducks in a row with people who can come and what gets done? Or do we want to set a,
I think we ought to find out when the Cooper engineering person can come.
Yeah.
Or maybe we set,
I would ask you to give me a drop dead date, so that's what I could say to.
perfect.
Hey, you gotta get
Yeah.
for the states. That's the last time.
Okay,
If you would set a date, then I can say that to Cooper.
so the next town board meeting after the 24th of June, no, 23rd of June is July 14th.
Yeah.
So that gives him 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So if he could come up here sometime between
the sooner the.
July, yeah, the sooner the
Sooner the
better,
better.
actually.
Be right after the 4th.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so the 6th
Good.
or would
I'm
be-
gonna be on island that whole week following the 4th, so anytime you pick, I will make myself available.
Okay. So sometime during the week of July 6th to the 10th,
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
All right.
So that we can, and then can we, so you'll, I would recommend that we start, that at least we go to that meeting on July 14th, town board meeting, and maybe,
Yeah.
I'll go to the
Yeah. I
24th.
would recommend
I think we need to,
somebody from the
yeah,
task force be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what? Town board meeting
town board meeting,
on this Tuesday?
Oh, not in this.
not
That's
the state,
not-
one following.
14th,
The 14th.
July 14th.
Okay,
So whomever can make it would be great.
I'm gonna be at this town.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
I'll be at this town board meeting because I think there's a zoning thing that's coming up.
You think there's a zone?
Oh, are you on?
The what?
We're going. Okey doke. So we're set to, hopefully, the next meeting will be, I mean, if we're all flexible, if Cooper can get here 6th or 7th, we could call a meeting for us 8
Yeah,
or
I'm
10 or something.
Yeah, I'm here
Yeah,
too.
so let's be ready, let's just be flexible with that. The week of, let's just say the next meeting is sometime between July 6th and 10th,
Yeah.
to be determined
Should we-
that week.
Yeah. Should we just try and go for the Thursday, the 9th?
We
And,
could,
and
and John,
then just see if we need to change it, we do. But I think it's kind of nice to have a set.
I do too.
okay,
So we could
Done.
just say Thursday at 4.
4. Mhm.
Does that work for everybody?
Yeah, it does for.
And then if we need to change it, I'm fine with that, but I just think it's nice to have something down.
yep,
And if Cooper can get here sooner, we definitely want to meet with them, so, we can always change it, but it's nice to have something.
okay,
So what is this Thursday, the
9th.
9th at
Ninth.
4 o'clock. But obviously to be changed if needed.
Right.
Okay, so does anybody want to make a motion? Does anybody have anything else to discuss? Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion to adjourn?
Aye.
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 Yeah, passed. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
All right.
Thank you, Max, unofficially. Thank you
Max.
very, very much. Thank you, everybody else.
Thanks,
is-
everybody.
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah.
going to be really exciting
Yeah.
to watch
We're start-
develop.
We're starting to build a little momentum, and I think that's very exciting, so.
We need to do this. We need to
Yeah.
get this done. We need